Hey guys, welcome back to Sunday Potluck. I'm going to be making a recipe out of the 3rd edition cookbook called Rice and Beef Porcupines. So, we're not using like porcupine meat or anything like that. It's just hamburger meat, so calm down. But let's get to it. Okay, so what it says that you need a pound of ground beef, a half a cup of raw rice, 1/4 of a cup of onion chopped, and I went ahead and chopped up my onion so you guys wouldn't have to watch me cry, because I do a lot of crying when I cut onion, because they're strong. I don't know what the deal is, but the onions are strong. So let's see if I can open up this beef without getting it everywhere. Okay, so sorry y'all. Okay, so there's my meat, and it says just put the beef, the rice, the onions, and the seasoning, and the only seasoning that it calls for is salt and pepper, I think. Yeah, a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. So I'm just gonna 1/4. So half a cup of raw rice. So it looks like we're just gonna mix this up. I don't know if I want to measure out my salt, or if I just want to put salt in there. I don't know, how come whenever you salt gets all up in the thing? I don't know. I'm just gonna dump some salt in there, and I'm just gonna dump some pepper in there. It's 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper, so I figured, you know, we'll just sprinkle some in there. That's probably good enough. Sorry, pepper got to me. Okay, and then it just says do that and form it into small balls. So let's get this all mixed up. Looks kind of like a meatball, but instead of I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say, and I can't think of it. Instead of using green bell peppers, and I don't know, we make meatballs with green bell peppers and crackers and or breadcrumbs. Just kind of, I guess that's why these are called porcupines, because of the rice. But so it just says mix that up and then form them into balls, and then fry in hot oil, turning frequently until light brown on all sides. I bet you could bake these too. I bet that wouldn't be you know, too hard to do. And then you put it in, you add the tomato sauce, and which is 2 8-ounce containers of tomato sauce and a cup of water. So you mix that together, and then you just let it simmer in that for 45 minutes. So that's not too hard at all. So let me get these formed into balls, and I should have got a cookie sheet. I wonder how big of a ball these should be. And I guess if you don't like onion, you could just leave the onion out. I'm gonna say, like, I don't know, is that a golf ball size? Yeah, I'm gonna say like a golf ball size. So let me get a let me wash my hands, get a sheet. Okay, so I just got a piece of aluminum foil, and I'm gonna do these about half the size, so maybe like a ping pong ball size. I have a cookie scoop. I should use that. So, but we'll just continue doing it this way. Okay, so now that I've got all of my meatballs balled up, there's still some onions down in there, but I'm not gonna worry about that. And some of my meatballs are just a little bit bigger than other ones, so I'm not gonna worry about that either. So I'm just gonna take it over to the stove and get these frying up. All right, guys. So I got my meatballs and I got my oil. That's pretty hot skillet. So I'm just gonna add my meatballs to the oil, and it says that I need to turn these frequently. So I'll do that, and I'm glad I got the bigger skillet because I started out with a smaller skillet. This made quite a few meatballs. So get a big skillet, and then I meant to count to see how many meatballs this made, but and I don't know how frequently I'm supposed to turn them, but it just says to cook them over a medium heat. But so it says to fry in hot oil, turning frequently until light brown on all sides. And you are going to cook these for an additional 45 minutes. So they're going to cook through. So I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, your meatballs are they're gonna cook. So, and then after they get all nice and cooked on all sides, it says to add tomato sauce and water, and then we're gonna cook that for another 45 minutes. It does say cover. I was going to say, it doesn't say to cover it. And I don't think I have a lid for this pan, so when I go to do that, I'll have to get a different pan. So make sure your pan has a lid that you're going to be doing it in. That way you don't have to use multiple pans like me, because I'm going to have to use multiple pans. So, which is okay. I got kids, they can do dishes. That's how it is in my house. If you want to eat, you got to do dishes. Or you got to do dishes after you eat, whichever. But you got to do dishes. You got to help out with chores. So y'all just see my little Mary Ann in the videos, but I have 3 other kids. Not just 3, I have 4 kids. I have 3 other kids that are all older. Mary Ann was our surprise baby, and it was a good surprise, but it was unexpected. Our youngest at the time was 10 when we found out we were pregnant. So yeah, we had gotten rid of all of our stuff, all of our baby gear. So I'm just going to keep cooking these and flipping these over until they're all brown on all the sides, and then I'm going to have to transfer them to another pan because, like I said, I don't have a lid that'll fit this skillet. And then I'll add the tomato sauce, and then we'll cook it for another 45 minutes. So we'll see how these little rice and beef porcupines turn out. Okay, guys, so the meatballs got a little bit browner on a couple of sides than I would have liked, but these are fairly cooked on all the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer them over into my other pan that I know that I have a lid for, and but I kind of want to get that, so we'll do it this way. Yeah, we'll let these keep cooking like that. You're going to get a lot of mess. Well, less mess than I thought you were going to hear. But so I'm just going to go ahead and transfer these over into here. And like I said, some of them aren't quite as brown, but they're going to be cooking for another 45 minutes, y'all. So they'll get brown. For sure. So we'll just, and I'm gonna put the side down that's not as not as done, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour this grease over that was left in the skillet too, because I don't know if you need that grease. It didn't say to drain it, but I'm sure all these little drippings and all of this, you know, caramelized onion and all of that stuff, that'll be good in there anyway. So I'm gonna let that cook for a little bit before I put the tomato sauce in. Just kind of, now that they're formed more into ball, you know, like they're holding their shape, so I can move them around a little bit easier. I guess that's what I was trying to say. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what I'm trying to say, y'all. Crazy, but that's okay. Crazy people make the world go round, right? So I'm gonna pour this. This is the tomato sauce and the water mixture in there. So I don't know, almost just, if I had made the meatballs just a little bit smaller, they would have all sunk down in there and got all the, you know, got all coated and been shallow enough. Or I could have used a smaller pan around and then it would have got them all. So I'm going to turn this on low and cook this for 45 minutes, and that's gonna be lunch. So I'll get back and show you what it looks like in a little bit.